It is Halloween, the last day of October, the last day of Preptober, which means tomorrow is the first day of NaNoWriMo. I think I'm technically prepared, but like emotionally, mentally, cosmically, I'm not ready. Also, if my voice sounds really awful, it's because I'm sick. I just have a sore throat. I don't know. My kids keep getting me sick. I'm sick every other week. It's a fun time. But anyway, so with this last night to prepare for NaNoWriMo, I have a few things on my list. I need to prep my writing space, I need to make some updates to my outline, and talk NaNo Strategy. But first, let's jump back in time for a little bit of vlog footage from the last half of Preptober. I will have chapters, so if you want to just skip ahead, you can do that. So this month so far, I've been doing a lot of really focused topic videos, what with it being Preptober and everything, and I haven't really had time for just like a catch-up vlog, giving you guys random updates kind of vlog, if that makes sense. So we're gonna do a bit of like chatty updates, and then I have a bunch of like little random tasks that I need to get done, so we're gonna work on that. But first, I have two really important announcements. The Glass Witch by Lindsay Puckett is officially out. It released. This thing is amazing. Like, look at this. It's adorable. If you like middle grade, this is absolutely amazing. I'm in love with it. I'm not personally a big middle grade reader. I mostly love Lindsay, but this sounds really, really interesting. And I'm pretty excited to read it to my son. I'm going to read what's on the back cover to you real quick. I might be an obligation, a curse, a blight on this family, but it is my family, and no one is going to hurt them on my watch. I might get hurt. I might even get my soul sucked out, but some things are worth the risk, right? And maybe, a little voice whispers in the back of my mind, this sacrifice will prove what I couldn't before, that I deserve to be in this family. I love it. It's so cute. There's, I believe, a magical bunny sanctuary. There's a cute little magic town of Cranberry Hollow. And it's just witchy, seasonal awesomeness. I don't know. I'm very excited about it. So I wanted to let you know you should pre-order, or I guess it's officially out now, so just order her book if you haven't already. So I wanted to, I guess, kind of give a little bit of a Preptober update, sort of where I am, and then a health update. And then I want to go into my to-do list. So let's go into the writing update first. I am going to be completely honest with you. I'm a little bit burnt out with Preptober right now. Like, if I look at my little tracking calendar where I write down which days I worked, the first 6 days of Preptober, I worked on it every single day. And then I had a little bit of days off. I did a lot over the weekend and at the end of last week. And I'm just a little bit pooped, a little bit, I don't know, burnt out, frazzled. I don't know. I need a little bit of a refresher. I've been watching a little bit of When Calls the Heart lately. I've been playing Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. I've been playing that on my Switch lately, which I've played it before, but I've been like replaying it. So just kind of revisiting these sort of comforting things that just, I don't know, make me happy. So I've been sort of doing that to kind of help with the burnout and doing some side tasks that I am still motivated to do, but I have enough done that like I can start drafting this weekend. I have enough done that I could start with Nano. There's a couple of little things that I do really want to do before Nano starts, but I don't want to burn myself out before NaNoWriMo even starts, you know? So we're trying to take it a little bit easy, sort of, hence this vlog. But yeah, so that's sort of where I am, just kind of trying to take it easy. I've gotten a lot done. I tend to do this. I get very excited on projects and then burn myself out very quickly because I'm just like, so excited. So probably a thing for me to work on in the future. Yeah, but bringing it back around to a quick health update. If you've seen my video on, I think it was like chronic illness and toxic productivity, where I was talking about sort of my health journey so far and kind of what's been going on, because I do kind of bring it up occasionally. I've had some more testing done recently, mostly a nerve conduction study, which was an interesting experience. They use different types of like probes to send electric shocks into like your arm and your hand and your wrist and all that kind of stuff. And then they measure how long it takes for, the electric shock to get to whatever probe sensors they have. And they do that at a bunch of different places, and they measure it. So, like, it was this many centimeters to this is how long the nerve stimulus took to travel from A to B, whatever. They have calculations. And then the second part of the test is them putting, like a electrode, I think it's called, basically a needle into your arm, into your muscles in a few different places. So I think they started with the shoulder, worked their way down my arm, down into the back of my hand, into my palm, and then they just kind of have you move your arm, and then they measure the nerve response in your muscles, I think. But all of that was normal, which was really good, and that does sort of suggest not MS, which is good. Pretty good. I have probably a few more tests I need to do with that. There's a few blood work tests that I'm actually doing in the morning, and an EKG and a bunch of other stuff, annual physical stuff. And we're going to see what that says. There's a more complicated like B12 test that I'm having done. My first one was like normal, but the doctor said there's ways that you could still be deficient of B12 and have this blood work test be normal. So I don't know, he's doing more tests with that, and then I'm getting a Lyme disease test because while extremely unlikely, it's a good thing to just have ruled out. So I'm getting that done, and then right now the main thing that's like maybe the leading contender in terms of like options. I mean, MS and CIS and all that stuff are still options as far as I'm aware, but right now it's sounding like it might be migraines, which is really weird to me. But it would basically be silent migraines. After my blood work appointment tomorrow and all my other tests, I won't talk to my doctor again until like mid-November, so I'll probably have an update around Thanksgiving time, but I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like sort of good news, but it's also less definitive than I was hoping, and also like the beast you know versus the beast you don't. I don't really know how I'm feeling about it, but I've definitely been more stressed the last few weeks. I don't know why. It could be a combination of burning myself out with Preptober. There's been stuff going on at work that's like really stressful right now. Then there's all the like medical stuff being up in the air, and then it's just a difficult time of year right now, and my kids have been a little bit more difficult, and everything's just, life has been harder. And so I've just been kind of trying to take it easy when I can, and give myself sort of the room to, if I need to take a night and just take a bath and watch Ben Calls the Heart, then I'm gonna do it, Hello, welcome to the Worldwide Write-a-thon weekend. It is Friday night, Friday afternoon. I think it's like 4. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I just got home from work. It is gonna be a weekend. I had so many things pop up this weekend that I just wasn't prepared for, and so now, let me just adjust this. I'm like literally kneeling on the floor right now. It is going to be a weekend. I am currently setting up my space right now to prepare for hosting a stream in the morning, and then I'm going to go downstairs, start getting ready. I think I'm going to miss the introductory session of Worldwide Write-a-thon because I apparently have tickets to go see Hamilton tonight, which is exciting. I'm going with some friends. With my husband, we have babysitters lined up. I don't know why, but like this didn't end up on our calendar until like a week ago. I don't know, but so we're going to be doing that tonight. I won't get back until late, which is really, really unfortunate, because I won't be able to attend any of this stuff tonight, and then my stream that I'm hosting in the morning is at 6 a.m., which I normally wake up at 7, so like I'm going to have to get up probably around 5:15 to get ready for that. So let's see. Opening ceremony for Worldwide Write-a-thon is at 5:30. Okay, so I can maybe like chime into that on my phone. I have to start cooking at 5:15 so I can listen to that while I cook, and then I have to eat at 6 in order to be out of here on time. Yeah. So it's gonna be a crazy night, so that's why I'm getting everything like organized and set up here. I have my HDMI cable ready. I have my charging cable ready for my camera so that I can stream. I've already set up the live stream on StreamYard, so that'll be ready. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy. Notify me. Okay. Yeah, so then Saturday I have my stream in the morning, and then I have a picnic, a family picnic I need to go to. and then I'm co-hosting a stream that night. So I should have some time during the day to participate, but it's going to be like crazy. And then on Sunday, I have my nephew's birthday party. So it's just going to be a crazy weekend, and I'm kind of like, if you can hear how fast I'm talking, just because my heart's like, and I'm running around, like, it's crazy. I'm in the city for a dentist appointment. Hopefully, I'm done with the Invisalign. Fingers crossed. No luck. It looks like I'm going to need more trays. They want to do some refinement. There's like a gap that's too big, like right here, apparently. So, gonna do more trays. She said sometimes for refinement it can be like 10 trays, which is like, so we'll see. But I got some of the attachments off. Those are like the little anchors on the sides of my teeth. That did not go well. I have very sensitive teeth, and I'm very like about it. I actually have to get sedated to get dental work done in general, like if it's an actual filling or something. So we'll see. They'll call back when they did new scans. They'll call back when they have the new trays in, and then they'll take the attachments off and everything, and we'll see. So this last week of October especially has been a bit rough. It feels like everyone in my family has been sick. Like, it's been a bit rough, and we've had a lot going on. I think I had one evening last night that was free, and that's because stuff I had planned were canceled. So it's just been very busy, very hectic, but I have a few things, I wrote them down, that I did that I wanted to mention. So first, I met with a bunch of my critique partners, and we sort of reviewed my outline, and they gave me some good feedback and ideas for things I can implement before I actually start drafting. So that's one of those things I'll be doing tonight to update my outline. The kids have been sick twice, already mentioned that. Oh, I got library cards for my family. I'll try and include some B-roll of the books I got here, but I have not been to a library as an adult. I don't know why. There hasn't been one super convenient to me, and then we had young kids, and like young kids at libraries is like, until they're kind of old enough. My youngest is now 18 months or around there. So like she can sort of handle it. I don't know. I'm not sure how often we'll go right now. It was still very overwhelming to take them. They just ran around. They didn't listen. They didn't, like, there's just so much going on that they didn't want to actually sit down and look at books or pick out books. So they were mostly just playing, which is fine, but it definitely wasn't the experience we were hoping for. We also had to chase them around while trying to pick out books of our own, which was hard. So it might end up being a we take one of them at a time kind of thing. I'm not sure yet, but I have started my adult library journey. We all have library cards now, and I checked out my first library books. That is exciting. I finished putting together some feedback for a critique partner's manuscript, so that was good. I'm starting up on another one now that's more of like a beta read. I feel like that's everything I've written down. I feel like there was something else, but I don't remember. Okay, let's get into some of the stuff I need to do tonight. I think I have some footage I filmed where I started trying to film like a full NaNo Strategy video, which I think I'll just include those clips here so that you can see those, because it's just really hurting for me to talk right now. I have a sore in my mouth. Like, I chewed the inside of my mouth weird, and then like I had pizza sauce and it burns. I don't know. It's like a cut. It's annoying. It's hard to talk. But yes, so I will include that footage right after this, and then I'm going to get to cleaning my space so that is organized for Nano. So let's get started on that. My approach in general is to have everything prepped that I can, everything ready to keep me focused, keep me from getting distracted, and make sure that I have everything figured out already that would otherwise kind of stall me from writing and sort of mess with my flow. So the main thing, which I guess most of my other Preptober content and my Preptober work is kind of focused around these, is the outline and the story Bible. If you've seen some of my other videos going around, I have a thorough outline, which I sort of mostly prepped, I guess, a little bit last month. I don't think I worked on this at all this month. I think I worked on this mostly while I was on vacation at the beginning of Preptober / end of September. But I have everything broken down scene by scene. I followed the Scene and Structure book and Story Genius sort of structure to get this put together, which I found really helps me write faster if I kind of put this together, and then I made a to-do list at the bottom of every scene of things I still need to come up with. And so I have a whole post-outline research tasks page, which includes things like one character needs a full character outline, I need certain settings to be figured out, I need certain medicinal herbs in the area to be kind of detailed already for what would make sense. And just a bunch of stuff like that when I'm writing, I would get to be like, I could stop and go research this or put brackets, but either way, it's going to stop me. So I made that list. I've been working on that. I don't have it all done, but that's, part of it and part of getting everything ready with the outline. And then the other big thing I've been doing is putting together a story Bible. I will link the video I did getting this started, but also I'm going to have a lot of other videos on, going through characters and clothing and different settings and kind of coming up with that so that it's all ready before November. But those are kind of like the big things, the obvious things. We're going to be focusing today on some of the smaller things that I'm doing to prepare. Okay, so the first category of thing is going to be inspiration. Things to keep me kind of focused on what I really want the story to be so that I don't start to kind of deviate just because it's Nano and I'm rushing. So the two things I have on my handy dandy list are first a mood board, and this is something I want to put together like using Canva and pictures off Pinterest or something, just something that kind of, shows the right mood, the vibes I'm going for, so I can put it up next to my computer and just look at it the whole time I'm drafting this story and sort of remember what I'm going for. And then the second part of that is going to be finalizing my blurb/pitch. I've seen a lot of places where people suggest doing this before you start drafting because it allows you to kind of stay focused on the whole point of the novel is so that you're not adding stuff that doesn't really tie into that. And anytime you're like, oh, well, what if I added this, which like sort of deviates from the outline, I can look at this mood board pitch and be like, does this, further the point of this novel? Does this further the plot? Does this fit with what I'm going for? And also, it'll just kind of, I can look at it when I'm feeling like, what am I even writing? And be inspired again, or that's the hope, I guess. I recently went through with my critique group, and we sort of made initial pitches and kind of workshopped them a little bit. So I have like 5 pitches for this story already with like little notes, so I just need to kind of go through and finalize it to kind of be what I want right now. So I'm imagining, picture this, I can have a mood board, and in the middle I can have the pitch, and so it'll just be lots of inspirational thematic images, and then with the focus of my story in the middle, and then I can literally just put that probably right up on my little corkboard I have right above my desk to keep myself focused. So that is the inspirational side of it. So then the next part that I'm going to be working on is essentially trying to create a good writing atmosphere. And part of this is going to be setup. So I have a few things that I've been kind of playing around with on my desk to kind of make this a little bit easier of a process. So I have like a little stand, which I'll show you guys all of this as I'm setting it up, but I have a little stand for my outline or my world building Bible or whatever, so that I can have it up kind of at the same height as my monitors. And then I also have like a candle. What else do I have? I want to put together a new playlist just for this story so that I can kind of listen to it, be in the mood, sort of find a bunch of tracks for this. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it, like we'll get to that, but I might pull stuff off Epidemic Sound because I have a license there to be able to play those songs on my YouTube channel. So I could even maybe make my playlist public to you guys, or I can just, if I'm filming a vlog, I could actually like be playing the music out loud, which is how I normally write, and not have to cut out the sound. So I may do that. I just may make it in YouTube. That is sort of how I did my one for my previous writing project. It's just a YouTube playlist. So we'll see. And then the last sections are motivation. And these are things that I want to do to kind of push myself forward. As I've talked about before, am not super motivated by trying to pursue a specific word count. I do not want to have you must write this many words a day to hit the 50K, you must write this many words by this week to hit 50K. I don't want to track it like that. It's stressful for me, and all the ways I've tried to do it, like I've tried doing blocks of time, sort of like Sarah Cannon talks about, which I think is a fantastic way to track, but it makes me feel like I'm behind if I haven't done either the word counts or the time blocks, and I have young kids, I have some health conditions, I am not always completely consistent, things happen, there's the holidays, so while I am aiming for 50K, and I'm going to try to write as much as I can, I am not going to burn myself out over it. I am not going to, cancel all the things that I would normally do that month in order to accomplish it, and I'm not going to, force myself to hit a very strict word count. So instead, what I'm doing is, first, I am going to set up a tracking page, and this will just be sort of so that I can write down what I'm doing every day of the month. And I've done some tracking stuff before. Let's see, do I have these stickers? Something that I might use is I got off Etsy these little typewriter kind of word count stickers. So I might use these to kind of track my word count and track how much I'm getting done, because that is motivating for me. I want to see the word count, get bigger. I want to see more progress. I want to see more days when I'm writing, which encourages me to do more. But at the same time, if I don't write as much or work as much in a time period, I'm not getting behind on anything, So that is the healthy way for me to pursue a difficult goal. So we're doing that. And then the last thing is I want to set up a to-do world building sheet or to-do plot fixes sheet or whatever. And basically while I'm writing, if I hit something where I'm like, oh, I need to fix this, I need to go back and change this, I need to come up with this, I will just have a separate pad and I will write it down. And if it's something I need to fix, I'll keep that sheet separately. And then if it's something I need to world build or figure out, I'll put that on a separate sheet so that I can just kind of look at those. And then if I really, really, really can't write, I can grab something off the world building sheet and figure it out. So that's sort of, I'm hoping will help me stay motivated and not get stuck. Yeah.
You look at me like I'm crazy when I shut my feelings out. You look at me like I'm different, still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moments, doesn't mean I don't need you. I fell in love with your colors, they kinda tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it. There's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes, they never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about us. There's something different about us. We're pouring cup after cup after cup. Yeah, it's just the way we do it. Anything just to block out the real life, real life. Yeah, we're loving the way they think we're so messed up. Even if what we're doing is bad, there's so many emotions, sharing stories that we never had. Yeah, none is real. I think we're searching for reasons not to be like them. We fly around like paper planes, they never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
So I think everything is as set up. Everything is as set up and put away as I can kind of reasonably handle tonight. There was just a lot of random stuff in here from my husband, my kids, me, just moving things around. So I don't know if you can see, but everything's looking pretty good right now. That's something that always bothers me a lot when I'm trying to do something and the area around me is messy. I can't focus. Like, I can't even cook dinner without cleaning the kitchen first, which I'm not usually the cook. So anytime I do cook, my husband is like, oh yeah, because I like clean the whole kitchen first. Because like if it's messy, if there's dishes, I just can't focus. So getting the room clean is a big help. I'm already feeling better. And now I've been looking at the list of notes I have from my critique partners to implement into my outline. And a lot of it is just like reiterations on like things that they thought were important and just kind of outlining to make sure I hit those beats properly, if that makes sense. And then I have a few like things to add or build up. I have a few ideas for lore to intersperse that I need to kind of think about and decide if adding it would really serve everything or if it would just be a distraction. I'm not really sure yet. So I need to think about it. All in all, I feel like there's a lot of things I could still do, but that's kind of where I run into problems when it comes to world building and prepping, is that I like to do everything and everything might not matter. So there are some characters that are going to be in here that I haven't developed that much, but I think I'm just going to kind of do what I do, and then I can make sticky notes with details that I decide while I'm writing and just stick it in those sections in my world building Bible. And then after this draft, I can go through and kind of flesh those out more if I want to. Or I can just put those details in there as like canon or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm going to work on putting these notes in the outline. I might take a bath while I do that because honestly I could use it. I've been very tense today. Like I had this weird muscle in my arm that kept like getting really tense. I don't know. It's just, I'm falling apart, everybody. It's okay. I sometimes don't even get started working on stuff till now, but I am beat. I'm just like so tired. And I know that's not the way to kind of jump into Nano. Like you should relax. You should give yourself some breathing room. You should, try and get the things done that you have to do so that you can just not worry about those things. But that is not how Nano's going to work for me this year. Like my kids have been sick. I've been sick. Everything's been like a busy, hectic mess. So I don't know. I'm just going to kind of use drafting as almost a bit of a recovery time where it's like I don't need to think about details. I don't need to do much. I just need to sit down, look at my outline, and write. And that's it. And if I get stuff done, I get stuff done. If I don't get a lot done, it doesn't matter. We're just going to try and get as much done this month as we can. And that's going to be the goal. So we'll see if I get this video edited and uploaded tonight. We'll see. But I am going to go work on my outline, last finishing details. I'm going to, I don't know. I will see you in the Nano vlogs.